as a photographer, as you're doing sales for clients, most of the time, I would say probably a very high percentage of the time, when you're designing and selling pieces to a client, the living room is going to be the primary focus. So you're going to have a lot of shapes and sizes and designs and furniture and all the stuff in living rooms. But to give you an idea of where we're at, I'm going to give you some measurements. This particular room is set up with 2 different couches in it. It has a fireplace. It has a frame TV that is above the fireplace. It's very, very well designed, but it's a small space. So to put it in perspective for you, the overall room is only 155 square feet. It's 11'3" by 13 feet 8 inches wide. So it is actually quite a small room. They have 2 fairly sizable pieces of furniture in there. So when you're designing, you have to think about that and what you can utilize within the space. Now, this whole design scenario and helping people make decisions really is dependent on how hard you are going to be able to work to either get a visit to the home for you to photograph, to have clients send you images of their home and participate in that. But that is going to be pivotal in making sure that you can help them design and create what is really going to be fitting for their space. It is your job as a photographer to do that. Like you are the expert at this. You photograph the session, you have the relationship with the clients, finish it. Make sure that you're designing products that fit the home, that fit the characteristics of the family that lives there, that fits with their style. You're not recommending surfaces that aren't going to hold up to little hands, or kitchens or bathrooms or whatever that may be. Making sure you're taking all that into consideration and building that trust with people. So, looking at the living room. So we're going to be taking a peek at our main focus wall here. So the wall that has the 2 museum lights, the couch, and then the portraits going down on either side of it. So again, that wall is 11'3" wide. That couch is not super huge. I would call it more of like a love seat size. But what we did is we put a 24 by 36 float frame on either side of the couch. We matched it up. We balanced it out. If you haven't checked out the satin metal float frames, and specifically the brass happens to be one of my favorites, you're missing out. It is a tremendous product. It looks beautiful. We ended up doing 3 different frames in this particular room. Now, sometimes when I say, oh, I'm going to mix and match frames, people kind of go, ooh, I don't know about that. But when you're looking at the detail images here, especially of the shelves up on the walls, those shelves are not huge. They're 44 inches from top to bottom. There's 12 inches in between them, and there's 24 inches between the top one and the ceiling. So it doesn't take up a big space. And there's 3 different frames up there. So we're combining 3 frames. We decided to print the same surface for everything to keep it all the same as far as the skin tones and everything goes. But it looks beautiful. And when you take frame collections that look great together in finish, in style, in color, your eye kind of averages it out. Like when you look at the shelf space, there's little tiny float frames up there. Have you ever thought of doing a float frame that's not hung on the wall? Have you ever done little gift ones? They're perfect. Little 5/7s we're showing in this, 8/10s, 8/12s. They work perfect for a desk, for something just to sit. They'll balance on their own. It really is a great opportunity to do a more expensive or higher level gift print for a grandparent or for whoever might want that from a session that you're doing. But again, focusing on, this is not a big room, and we put 2 large portraits, plus we have multiple prints up on those shelves. There's 4 up on the top and then 2 on the bottom. The 2 were from a previous session. We did them in black and white. It was before the second child was born, but it's fine. Don't stress about making sure that everything has to match all the time. Just because somebody says, I want a gold frame or I want a black frame, it doesn't mean that you can't mix and match and start playing with those different sizes, shapes, molding designs. multiple sessions potentially. There's a big push for gallery walls, and we're going to talk about that upstairs. But let yourself play, but do it in a prepared manner, so when you're showing your clients, they're like, wow, this is incredible. I could see this in my house, and now that I've seen it, I want it. Okay, that's going to be the common tone for today. We hope you've enjoyed seeing the living room. Again, it is 155 square feet, not huge, 2 large portraits, 3 different frames. I think there's 8 pieces total in this space, and 8 pieces finished like that at a retail level for a professional photographer is a really, really nice order. Plus, when your clients put that in their home and they have people over, they're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, wow, this is incredible. What designer did you use? And then they'll say, my photographer did it for me. So that's what we're trying to do here, to make your life as a designer, as a photographer, much easier and much more efficient, to get people to buy in multiples and let you play with your creativity for the different styles of the frames and all these different fun frame sets and groupings that we're putting together.